Hi friends, Patricia here, back finally with a couple more chapters in the fourth book of the Zoey and Sassafras series. This one's called Caterflies and Ice. We are on chapter 5. It's called Meet the Caterflies. Here we go. I opened the barn door and smiled at the loud rumbles of happy caterflies purring. When I got to the desk, Sassafras hopped out of my backpack. The loud thump he made as he landed startled the caterflies. Their eyes got huge, and they fluttered over with their 6 furry legs stretched out to hug Sassafras. "Oh, what is this?" both caterflies asked as they hovered around him. "This is my cat, Sassafras," I replied proudly. Sassafras looked from me to the caterflies and back again and took a small step backward. I ruffled Sassafras's fur. "It's okay. These are the caterflies I was telling you about. They won't hurt you." One of the caterflies landed by Sassafras's front paw and leaned its little cheek against his fur and sighed. "You have brought us a cat." The second caterfly lovingly bopped its head against Sassafras's other front paw. "He is so warm. Oh, thank you." Sassafras's ears went sideways, and he looked up at me questioningly. "Please, Sass, we've got to hurry." He let out another big sigh and bent down. The caterflies hopped on and nestled into his fur. They immediately started purring. I clapped my hands in victory. This was so cute. It would make a great photo, but we were in too big of a hurry. I'd have to wait until later. Gently, I placed the fluffy heap of cat plus 2 caterflies into my backpack. How much time did I have left? I glanced at my watch. Only 15 minutes before Sassafras and I needed to be back home. I walked as fast as I could straight towards the caterflies' cave. Here we go. See there, right on top of Sassafras's head. So cute. Chapter 6 is called Ice. I knew I'd found the right cave as soon as we got there. Just inside the entrance, I could see a pile of caterflies huddled together like a tiny mountain of white snow with little pink dots. I set my backpack on a nearby rock, and the caterflies flew from Sassafras's fur into the cave. Sassafras looked around at the snow and decided to stay in the backpack. I didn't have much time, so I dug around in the backpack for the thermos while Sassafras grumbled. I took it to the mouth of the tiny cave and peeked in. It was a little hard to see, but I could make out a shiny layer of ice where the waterfall had frozen. The 2 caterflies woke up the rest of the caterflies in the cave and told them about their adventure to and from the barn that morning. It ended with them pointing to me saying, "That's Zoey. She's going to rescue our eggs." The cave of caterflies cheered. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes for a moment, and I'm going to try to picture a cave of caterflies cheering. That really makes me happy to imagine. Then the 2 caterflies continued. "Zoey has a cat, a real live cat. He's ever so warm. Come see." All of the caterflies rushed to the front of the cave and peered out. "Ooh," they said at once. And then one, and another, and then all the caterflies launched into the air and landed on my cat. They snuggled down into his fur and began to purr. Oh my goodness. I wished I had my camera because all I could see was Sassafras's face peeking out from a mound of white wings. I thought he would be nervous, but he looked like he was smiling. Maybe dozens of tiny purring cats snuggling happily against you is a good recipe for happiness. Well, I definitely think so. I glanced at my watch. Oh no, I only had a few minutes left. After unscrewing the lid of the thermos, I was relieved to see steam coming from the water inside. Still hot. Phew! I reached into the cave and splashed the water on the wall of ice that trapped the caterfly eggs. The ice made crackling noises, and I could see some lines forming, but it wasn't enough. Good thing I'd also brought the salt. I wouldn't be able to come back till tomorrow, so I figured it was best to just use all of it now. That should definitely be enough to melt that ice. I pulled my glove off with my teeth and poured a ton of salt into my open hand. Then I rubbed the salt as best as I could all over the ice. When I was done, the ice had a nice layer of salt on it. With my ear to the cave, I could hear more ice crackling, though it was a little hard to hear over all the purring going on behind me. I looked at my watch again and my heart jumped into my throat. We had to leave for home right now. Caterflies, I'm sorry, but we've really got to go. My dad will be worried if I'm home late. I think the ice should melt now with the salt on it. I'll be back. Here's the picture, though. I'll be back tomorrow morning to check on you, and I'll bring my mom in case the ice doesn't melt. The caterflies flew up and circled around my head, thanking me. I giggled. They sure were cute little creatures. See you tomorrow, Zoey, they cheered as they flew into their cave for the night. I snapped up Sassafras in the backpack. Hold on tight, Sass! Sassafras hunkered down, and I ran for home. That's the end of Chapter 6. The next one is called Just in Time, Chapter 7. Thank you so much for watching. Please tune in next time to find out what happens with these adorable little caterflies and their babies.